Hello and welcome to the Forex Form Guide. We live in an age of instant gratification where if I feel like eating a cheeseburger, I can open Uber Eats and have a cheeseburger delivered in a pretty short period of time. It's amazing trying to explain to my nieces and nephews, and now I am feeling old, but it's amazing trying to explain the days before mobile phones and the days before Amazon next day delivery and all of those things. But in trading, moves unfold in roughly the same amounts of time as they have always unfolded. You can come up with a forecast and you can be spot on, but it will take time to happen. You can come up with a forecast and it can be dead wrong, but it can still take time for you to know that you were dead wrong as well. And we're going to explore that concept in a bit more detail tonight. As always, we'll be checking out the Aussie dollar, US dollar, pound US dollar, euro US dollar, and US dollar yen. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Fantastic to have you here. There's some videos at the top that you might find interesting. And if you do find value in this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could click on the like button and leave me a comment. It does help me to grow the channel. Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Bottom line there, do your own research. This is not financial advice. Trade responsibly. So we'll start with the Australian dollar, US dollar. A couple of weeks ago, when the market was trading around here at the 65-cent level, I said we have a target of 66.09, which is up around this level here. Then I think we may see a run down to triple bottoms with these lows over here before a run up. Now that's a three-part forecast. And pretty much no matter what happened on the Monday after that forecast came out, you wouldn't have been able to prove or disprove that forecast. So what we saw is 1, 2, 3 days up and the market touched that price. That's great. But that doesn't mean that the market has stopped and the move is done. It could continue to keep pushing up. As the market has started running down, our next target is those triple bottoms or a new bottom with old double bottoms, which would make a triple bottom. We can see the market's been running down. We've had two sections down and a pullback. And if we get a repeating daily swing down, that'll take us down around those bottoms as well. So that all looks good, but we don't know the market's going to do that. It may run up, or it may run down and then keep going through that bottom. So the point I'm making is that you have to allow time for the market to unfold. And when you're in a sideways move, as we've seen on the Australian dollar for the best part of this year, that can be extremely frustrating. If we do break below those double bottoms, that could be it for the year. That September top could be the high of the year, and we may have quite a strong run down there. However, if we can find support and make a nice strong triple bottom there, then the Aussie dollar may have a fair bit of upside in it, particularly because we've been running down for so long. We're not too far off 5 years running down from that 2021 top, and at some point that is going to turn around and run to the upside. So that'll be an interesting one to watch and see what happens this week. Another interesting one will be the pound US dollar. Back on the 21st of September, I basically dedicated the whole episode of the Forex Form Guide to a deep dive on the British pound US dollar. And that's one that you might like to check out and have another look at. But in there, I mentioned this 62.5% retracement level, this 127.32 level. And nothing has changed in my outlook for this market since that date. Now, that was about 7 weeks ago. And Gann liked to talk about the number 7, both in his regular courses and, of course, in the Tunnel Through the Air, which you can also find in audio format on this channel. But 7 weeks later, we're still tracking nicely towards that 62.5% level. I don't know about you, but a lot has happened in my last 7 weeks of life. And you have to find a way as a trader to live with that, to live with the psychology of it. For me, if I'm in a trade like that, I can very easily just switch off and check it at the end of each day or at the end of each week and just let the market unfold. It's either going to stop me out or it's going to reach my profit target at some point. But the worst thing you can do is watch that market and second guess it, every 5 minutes, or watch a 15-minute chart or something like that and keep changing your mind on the forecast. It's okay to change your mind, but you have to have a very good reason for doing so. Once I've done the work and locked something in, then a lot has to happen for me to change my mind. I do think that there is going to be some more upside here, but that 62.5% retracement level, for lots of reasons, many of which were included in that episode from the 21st of September earlier this year, but I do think that that's a very, very strong target for this market. On to the euro US dollar now. Again, not much has changed there. Similar to the pound, we've had our rundown. We've sat on a nice 25% retracement level here. I had noted the 50% retracement level as one of interest for the euro for this move down here, retracing basically the run up that we've seen all year. And if we do see a bit of a bounce from this 25% level, remember the old adage from WD Gann that tops and bottoms become halfway points in the market? Well, from the top here down to a 25% retracement level, that is the halfway point to the 50% milestone. A big part of WD Gann analysis that often gets overlooked is paying attention to which numbers the market is working to or which numbers the market is bouncing off, because you can have a few different sets of milestones or a few different sets of numbers on your chart, but if you're seeing the market working to a particular one, it's probably going to continue working to those numbers until the move is complete. So again, this would be an example, if we did rally from here, of the market indicating that this is an important set of numbers to watch. Last one we'll take a look at tonight is the US dollar Japanese yen. And this target, this 154 level, is one that I nominated weeks and weeks ago. I think it was the beginning of October or thereabouts that I nominated that area. Again, from our September low to the current highs. And I just say current highs because until the market runs down from there and at least gives us a lower top, and probably a lower top on the weekly chart up here. That's all one big swing up there. But until the market does that, this is just a daily swing top, nothing more. But that top here, we did have the market topping out on the 50% milestone there. So again, potentially that top becoming a halfway point from the start of the move to the end of the move. Now, this has been a bit of a frustrating one to trade. I'm not 100% convinced that the top is in. I think it may have a little bit more upside there. We'll see. I liked this top initially, and we actually made a little false break double top of that original top. And I thought, giddy up, here we go. The market is going to race down from here. It did race down for 2 4-hour bars, had a little bit of a run up, and then failed the next morning there. Since then, we had a big, strong run up, big, strong run down, and then a little bit of sideways to finish the week out there. From a swing trading perspective, that's all one daily downswing. Gann did say to watch for the first lower swing top. It's the safest place to sell. Again, remembering the disclaimer from the start, this is not financial advice or trading advice, but merely a study of the works of W.D. Gann. But at some point, we will have a run up here, and that's probably what will determine whether we're going a little bit higher or whether we get a lower top and then bang, the real downside move begins. But again, some more examples there of it won't happen overnight. This 154 target has been a target for a while. You can watch the market unfold and piece it together as it goes. And that's a skill that I learned from Safety in the Markets Active Trader program back in the day. And those are lessons that I still hold in very, very high esteem today. But that takes time to unfold. And even after this top has come in, and that may not be the final top, but it's a daily swing top at the moment, even after that top has come in, it still takes time to unfold. And often it's not until you get that rundown and then a pullback into the lower top or the failed retest of the original top that you can see, is this forecast right or is this forecast wrong? And who knows, maybe one day there'll be an Uber trading that will bring you your trades immediately so you don't have to wait 6 weeks for them. But until then, we just have to play the waiting game and suck it up as part and parcel of trading. That's all for this video. Again, if you did get some value out of the video, I'd really appreciate if you could click the like button and leave me a comment. It really does help me to grow the channel and to get Gann's teachings out there to a modern audience. That's all for this week's episode of the Forex Form Guide. Thank you so much for joining me and for your support. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the best in this week ahead, both in your trading and in life in general. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next week, all the best with your trading and bye for now.